Families are supposed to be your safe place, right? The people who have your back no matter what. But what happens when they're the ones who twist a knife? Today on our /ReadItOnReddit, we're diving into some of the wildest, most jaw-dropping family betrayals Reddit has ever seen. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and prepare for the tea, because you're not ready for what you're about to hear. I, 21F, had just moved out for college. It was tough, but I was doing okay. My younger brother, 13 at the time, was acting out a lot. My parents were overwhelmed. So they asked me to come home and basically become his full-time caretaker. Like, huh? I was barely surviving myself. I said no, respectfully. That night, they canceled my tuition payments, disconnected my phone plan, and told me, if you can't help this family, you don't belong to it. I had to scramble for scholarships and picked up 2 jobs. Haven't spoken to them in 3 years. But you know what? I graduated with honors. Alone but proud. And now that my brother's getting older, he reached out and said, I wish you were still around. Me too, kid. Me too. And that's just a warm-up. Wait until you hear what this next person's own sister did to them. I had the perfect wedding planned. My fiancé and I had been saving up for years. Everything was perfect until my sister announced she was pregnant at my rehearsal dinner. She stood up, clinked her glass, and said, I just can't keep it in anymore. I'm having a baby. Everyone stood up and applauded. My parents cried. The whole weekend turned into a celebration. Except she wasn't pregnant. She made it up. She just didn't want me getting all the attention. I found out when I went over to help her decorate her nursery and found wine bottles in the trash. I confronted her and she said, You already have everything. I just wanted one thing. We haven't spoken in a year. Some people say blood is thicker than water. But the next story proves sometimes water is a safer bet. I, 18M, was the first person in my family to get accepted into a major university. My grandparents left me a college fund when they passed, nearly $40,000, except it was in a trust my uncle was managing. When it came time to pay tuition, the money was gone. Turns out my uncle had been draining it for years, vacations, gambling, paying off his credit card debt. His excuse? You're smart. You'll figure something out. The worst part? My mom defended him. Said family forgives family. Nah, I sued him. And I won. I'll be paying off loans for a while. But at least now he's the one broke and ashamed. Imagine being sabotaged by your own blood. Now imagine finding out it was your mom lying to you your whole life. I did one of those ancestry tests for fun. Just for laughs. But when the results came back, nothing matched what my mom had told me my entire life. No trace of my dad's side. I confronted her and she broke down. Turns out my biological father was a man she had an affair with. A man who never knew I existed. She told my dad I was his and he raised me like his own. He still doesn't know. I'm living with this secret now. My mom begged me not to tell him. But I'm torn. He's the only dad I've ever known. But don't I deserve the truth too? And just when you think it couldn't get worse, the final story will leave you speechless. Literal betrayal from beyond the grave. My grandfather passed last year. We were close, or so I thought. He always said he'd leave the family home to me. It's where I grew up. It was my safe place. But when the will was read, it was left to my cousin. The same cousin who used to bully me. Who barely visited him. Who literally once told him to hurry up and die. Turns out, my uncle had manipulated my grandfather into changing the will. Got power of attorney while he was in hospice. I tried to fight it legally, but it was airtight, so I walked away. I haven't spoken to half my family since, and honestly, I sleep better at night. These stories are wild, right? If you're loving the tea, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I post stories like this every single week. And you don't want to miss what's coming next. Join the r/ReadItOnReddit fam. It's free, and it helps the channel more than you know. Families can be complicated, but hearing these stories just reminds us that sometimes chosen family means more than blood. If any of these hit close to home, drop a comment below. I read every single one. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the drama. This is /ReadItOnReddit, where the tea never stops spilling. See you in the next one.